Hey YouTube, YGO here, and as you guys know, YCS Long Beach is coming up. I believe it's next weekend. Anyway, so just want to go ahead and go over the decks that I think are gonna top. Some of them are pretty blatantly obvious, and yeah, pretty much they all are. But I also wanted to go over what builds specifically and what they're gonna be playing, and also go over the side decks. So anyway, Dan Rabbits, I'm gonna say pretty much are probably gonna win. That's my guess. Dan Rabbit's been doing pretty good in the past YCSs, and I think they probably have the best chance of taking this one. Personally, that's just what I think. Anyway, so as you guys can see, pretty standard build. In the side deck, they're probably assigning the triple Shadow Mirror for the Insector matchup in the Dark Worlds, and same with the Macrocosmos and the Chain Appearance. It's just that it's just such a control deck that it is pretty hard to beat. And so that's what I personally think is going to take the YCS. Next deck, Windups. Windup's gonna either take it or place second. Definitely in the top 8 though. I don't think anybody would disagree with me on that. But I do think the Windup build that will probably place the furthest in the YCS might side into Insectors. Just because there are Winzectors and I mean, Winzectors is a good deck. I just personally like pure Windups more, but I think siding into Insectors could be really good. Just because, well, when you play Windups, people will side into like, oh, well, I'm gonna put in my third Max C, and then they're just gonna side all this stuff for your Windups, and then you just bring out your Insectors, and they'll be like, well, shit. And not only that, Windups, when you obviously have a better chance of winning if you go first. All decks have a better chance if you win, of winning if you go first. But Insectors definitely have a better turn 2 matchup, just because they have the Dragonfly Hornet combo, just any kind of Hornet combo, and it's easier to get off than the Windup loop, I guess, and it's a lot better in a lot of cases, especially if they know you're facing Windup, so they're gonna set their entire hand. That's why I think it's better to side into Insectors. Next deck, Dark Worlds. Dark Worlds have hung in there. They have the Trance Archfiend, and I just think that they're sacky. Dark Worlds, they definitely have the sack to them. They have so much support. They have everything they need to be a meta deck. They have a huge beater. They have support. There's Smog. Smog's a great card. And they have limited cards that greatly, like, if you open them up, you pretty much can say GG to your opponent, such as Card Destruction and Morphine Jar. And that first turn set your whole hand drag down. God, that hurts so much you would not even know. It's just crazy. In the side, I put Doomkells in the side just because it's a fiend. It gets boosted by gates, and I mean, there's nothing it's bad against. A lot of the times, people will side out their hand traps against Dark Worlds, just because, well, Valor's not that good against them. All it does is affect the Trance Archfiend and the occasional Morphine Jar. And who wants their I don't know, did I say Maxi? I meant Valor against the Morphine Jar and the Trance Archfiend, but anyway. And then Maxi is not very good against me either. I also put in the Decrees and the Mystical Space Typhoons because Macrocosmos just wrecks Dark Worlds, and it is going around in people's side decks, and it's a card that you should worry about if you are playing Dark Worlds. Next deck, oh, there's also one Cerulean there, just because that one build topped with it, and Cerulean's actually a pretty good card, but I don't think it's good enough to run in multiples. Next deck, Insectors. I don't think, like, pure Insectors, it's not as good as a lot of people think it is. I tried to do the same thing that I did with the Windups that sided into Insectors. I pretty much just scratched the side deck. It might be alright. Just kind of build it off the top of my head, and I haven't tested it too much, but I think it could do pretty good. Has the whole Windup extra deck in the extra, and not in the side, so that was pretty easy. But anyway, Insectors, they're good. A lot of people main stuff to counter them, and that's the main reason why I don't think they do as good as a lot of people think they would. Though they are a scary matchup to face, and I hate it so much. And then in every YCS there is a anti-meta deck that does alright, And I think the anti-meta deck that's going to do good in this YCS is going to be ninjas. Ninjas have been kind of running around, for those of you on Dueling Network at least, they've just been running around everywhere. At my locals, ninjas have been running around everywhere, and it's a really good anti-meta deck. Not only that, has the Dirac engine in it, so I mean it'll help you with it almost feels like Dino Rabbit sometimes when you play it. not always, but and just the fact that you can just go first turn, summon Hanzo, grab Super Trans, it eliminates so many meta plays. It's crazy. You're not going to get wind up looped. You're not going to get first turn lag yet. You're not going to get Inzektor comboed. Not only that, Heavy Storm isn't as scary as it once was, seeing how now you can Super Transformation into White Dragon Ninja. The first turn Heavy before this one monster is still scary, so just gotta cross your fingers and hope they don't open up that Heavy Storm. So, the side deck I got Emptinesses, just because Vanny's Emptiness won't get destroyed because of the White Dragon Ninja effect. Though I don't want to say White Dragon Ninja is the main goal to get out in the deck. The main goal is just to constantly keep advantage over your opponent. And slowly beat them down with your beaters. Skill Drain, 2 Skill Drain, 2 Shadow Mirror. I would usually say 3 Shadow Mirror, but it does hurt the Hanzo. But double Skill Drain is good against the windups and the Inzektors, so you know, why not? Along with the Shadow Mirror, it's just kinda Skill Drain just kinda does 2 things, and Shadow Mirror just does 1. But it also works against the Dark Worlds. That's the reason why I'm not just going 3 Skill Drain. Shadow Mirror is good against the Inzektors and the Dark Worlds, and Dark Worlds is not a very good matchup for ninjas. I don't know why. It's just that the Dark World lightnings hurt. Just everything about Dark Worlds just kind of makes ninjas mad, I've noticed. And then obviously I got the double Reaper in there, just because Reaper is good against Dino Rabbits, and Breaker just because those pesky decrees, along with the third MST. Decree really hurts this deck if you didn't already. It's not too trap heavy actually, but don't be fooled. Decree will shut this deck down. Super Transformation is a key card in the deck, so. And then just double Cyber Dragon, just because those random Machina, Karakuri, and then also Zen windups with their Zen Mighties and Zen Mayos and whatever else they got. So yeah, that's about it. So recap: I think Dino Rabbit's probably gonna win or windups. And then other decks in the top are probably gonna be Inzektors, Dark Worlds, and then I think Ninja for the anti-meta will be in the top somewhere. But we can only hope. I'll be at the YCS, so yay! They finally gave us a YCS on the western side of the United States, which they never do. Anyway, thanks for watching YouTube, and